Good Tuesday morning. Welcome into Mornings on Main Street. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Chris Yao and Justin Kulik here on this beautiful Tuesday. Check it out as you take a look at downtown Nashville.
No more snow.
No more snow.
Man, did it snow where you're at? Yeah, it did, didn't it? I bet it looks
Uh,
so
it
nice.
it did. It did. It snowed quite a bit yesterday, actually, but it looks like the sun is out. The snow will be melting, and we'll be back to normal
I
by the
know.
end of the week.
It really does feel like that. Whenever it does snow, so I was in Chattanooga for the past couple of years, and like it's in a bowl. Chattanooga is so it never when it snows everywhere else, it does not snow in Chat ever. So it's pretty good, pretty big for me these past couple days.
Well, I'm glad you got to experience it.
Thanks, man. So here's my topic. We talked off camera about me not talking about yet. So when it snows, you can tell the animals have been around. I think it's so creepy. Like when you could see their tracks like the next day around your car and stuff.
It's
I
funny
mean,
that you say that because we have a lot of animals. I mean, we
I
have
bet. That's why I wanted to bring it
yeah,
up.
we have raccoons and squirrels and I mean just all kinds of cool stuff.
Right.
Skunks and yesterday had two little deer out in the field. That was pretty cool. But
Some
yeah,
like,
we find a lot of
you know,
unique tracks.
they just hang
Uh,
out there. It's so weird. Like I don't know why it freaks me out so much.
Matter of fact, I wish I could show you on the banister out here, but I can see
You
where
know,
there's some little
meetings and
feet
stuff.
print. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's not creepy to me. If I didn't know that they were here, it
Yeah,
would certainly be creepy. But
right.
like I already know that they exist out here, so it's not that big of a deal. But
I
yeah,
just don't know. I don't know any tracks. So like, if you said that this was a elk track or a demon track, you know what I mean?
you'd
Watch
be
the
like,
watch,
sure,
watch scary movie
that's
last
not
night.
scary at all.
You know?
These
Yeah,
are bear tracks.
exactly. Like it could be. You could tell me that, but I doubt there's bears around there. If they are, they're really sneaky, and they've only come out at night, which I doubt. I'm
They
processing.
definitely they definitely don't come out right now because they're hibernating.
Yeah, they're which I think is a really cool thing that bears do. They're just like it's too cold. We're just gonna sleep for a while.
How about we just go? Whoa, hey, what do you say we just go in this cave here and just
The first bears,
chill?
the first bears that ever did it, they just
Oh
slept
yeah, they're like,
a lot, real quick.
hear me out. We don't do anything for the next 3 months,
They got like
but eat.
Bird asked them, "What do you plan on doing in the winter?" It's like, "Oh, we don't do that."
It's kind of like daylight savings time in Arizona.
Yeah, I know. They just
It's
decided
like,
we don't
no,
do that.
we don't. We're not changing the microwave
In
twice a year.
Alaska, sometimes or like for 33 days straight, it just doesn't get dark there.
Yeah, no, thank you. By the way, no, thank you. There's also a period where it doesn't get light.
Yeah. How depressing is that? I would never do anything
Can
ever.
you imagine?
Wouldn't do
No,
anything.
that would be the worst thing in the history of my world.
And the 33 days light would probably depress me too.
Yeah, because how do you sleep? You
Uh,
go to bed, it's daytime. You wake up, it's daytime.
Shout out to our Alaska.
It's kind of like daylight savings time, to be honest.
It really is.
If
Mountain
you're
time.
a if you're a 8:30, 9 o'clock sleeper like me, it's
Yeah.
daylight when you go to sleep.
Exactly. And then with it dark anywhere, like when you wake up or when you go to bed, or like when it's not supposed to be like past 4, then it's depressing. Like when they say it gets light earlier, like they sacrifice that extra hour of lightness at the end of the day. I don't believe them. I don't
Yeah, it
see it.
doesn't make
I
any
don't think
sense.
so. Yeah, it's like
Which is why we're so happy that next year we don't not next year, but the year after we don't have to worry about it.
yeah, I know we're not doing it either, right?
Yeah, so I mean 2024 we will not have to worry
That's
because
good for us. I don't know who made that call, but
well, we did as voters.
as new
So
people,
I mean, I don't think you did clearly because you didn't vote, obviously.
I got a sticker.
Um,
I got a sticker.
but yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm glad. I'm glad to see that it's happening.
I didn't mean to say
Um,
who. I don't know who made the call. I know.
yeah, no.
Back huddle.
Can what is it? Today's the 27th.
Yes.
363 days to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going down the road the other day. Somebody already had their Christmas lights up.
Oh, that's a good one.
3 days to Christmas. You already got your lights up. Ain't that something?
Get over it.
Decorations in the yard. Big old blow up thing. Blow up Santa just in the yard.
Grow up.
Dude, it's a whole year before Christmas, and you're out here just.
Do you have any New Year's plans? When people ask me that, I feel like I have to have some, and I just make some up.
So yes, my New Year's plan is to attend the Music City Bowl on Saturday at 11 a.m.
That's cool.
Come home and then do nothing.
That's an amazing New Year's. That's awesome.
We have the Mule Drop here in Columbia, and it's a pretty cool event. But I mean, we have kids, so
right. Yeah, I know. I was about to say it's funny when that question, like what are you doing for New Year's, changes from the night before to the day of.
Oh yeah, and the good thing is that like New Year's Day we'll have NFL football,
which is awesome. They got more games this year.
And then on that Monday will be most of the college football games, Rose Bowl and all that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and just the chilling part, I can't wait for. I'm really, really big fan of that lately.
Hanging out, doing nothing.
Yeah, is that it's funny. I was listening to watching John Mulaney on Netflix, his special. Hilarious, so funny. And he says that joke where he's like, "Have you ever just watched somebody over the age of 25 ask them what they did over the weekend, and their face just lights up when they say nothing?" They're like, "I did nothing.
I didn't do anything, and it was awesome."
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. I mean, it's been Christmas is very stressful. I legitimately
especially the newborn. I bet. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they don't have to worry. But like
we stuff them in the closet. I'm just kidding. Totally joking. Not joking.
I mean, I'm sleepy. I'm over here yawning, but it's because I'm not caught up from Christmas Eve.
I don't blame you, man.
I put together. I wish I'd put this in. I wish I'd put the photo in our slideshow, but I put the wooden train track together.
Oh, dude, you got to email it to me and I'll put it up.
And it was fun and we had a good time with it, but
that's huge.
It's a lot,
I bet, dude.
I
can't even imagine.
And then you think about well, here, I'll just show you what I mean. Because Charlie is still not quite old enough,
right,
to really understand Christmas.
Like the whole Santa coming down your chimney, dude.
Well,
I'm surprised
she doesn't even understand presents.
She's like, I get these sometimes. These are cool.
So I just emailed you the picture and I'll show you what I mean.
Yes.
So I videoed her. I videoed us opening up the door to to the sunroom where we had the stockings in front of the fireplace. And so when you open the door, you see the fireplace. It is the focal point of the room.
Right.
She sees the stockings there with stuff behind it. So it's toys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes 2 steps forward and then immediately sees the train track. Well, as soon as she sees the train track, that's where she's headed because it's not wrapped. It's already there. It's just built.
Right.
And so it's a toy that she can just play with. And so we start handing her the toys that are wrapped. And
she's like, what is this? I don't get this.
Doesn't care. No, she doesn't want to open them. She wants to play with the train.
She's like, why are you giving me boxes?
Yeah, that's exactly. She's like, these all look the same. I don't want this.
All right, we're about to see the track. What a lead up, though. It's still processing. So
no, well, I mean,
that is a fantastic track.
It really is pretty good. We did a good job with it, and it would have been even better, but we couldn't quite figure out how to get the track to go up to. We have some bridges,
right,
that have the looked kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge,
Of course.
but we couldn't get the track to go up high enough to it, so we didn't get to use those. But I
But
mean,
the space you had available, I mean, look at the every inch taken
it's
up.
pretty legit.
I mean, it's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wouldn't have touched anything else either, probably.
She didn't care. Like she didn't care about those Legos behind her. She didn't care about that chair, the puzzle, nothing that was wrapped. I mean, we tried to give her stuff that was wrapped for 2 hours, and she wouldn't do
That's
it.
so funny. You're like low key, kind of like hype about that though, because it's like we killed it on the train. Because y'all did kill it. It's got a little tunnel there.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, and so by the end of the day, she knocked them all off. She knocked everything off the
Of course. I mean, how
off
could
the
you keep it
table.
together?
I mean, what are you gonna do, right? She knocked it all off.
The
So
train.
I actually created an oval track.
Oh, like a racetrack.
I created a racetrack, and so like you see where that tunnel is. So it's
Yeah.
one of those where you can kind of change directions, where you go in one and then you can go out
Yes,
the
the
other
red
side.
thing. That's what I was looking
Okay,
at.
the little V there. Well,
Yes.
the V works if you use the V's on either side of two long straight pieces. It works as a pit road.
Dude, that's so legit.
So yeah, I have this whole pit road thing. It's crazy, man. But yeah, so she loved the train track, but it's so frustrating. I'm like,
That's so funny.
you're and then of course Chandler, she doesn't know that she's alive yet. So so she's just like, oh great, I got pajamas. That's awesome. I love pajamas.
Like someone appreciates something.
So I don't
Oh,
know.
that's funny.
But
Dude, that's
I did get this. Check this out. Okay, so you see my hat, you see my
yeah, that's
shirt. This
cool.
is all new. But I got this,
Ooh, like, you said you were gonna get some bands in your stocking stuffer.
and
Oh, that's
then
cool.
I've
Mary Kate,
had this,
right?
but I'm decked out today.
Dude, you have
UG,
all
go
the
balls.
let's go. That had a
I'm
sick. Love the triangle. Oh, let's go.
got the black tee on. Yeah, man, I'm in. So,
Like, I mean, I'm not swagging.
but did
That's
did
fantastic.
Christmas go well for you guys? Was it a
Yeah,
good
man,
time?
it was good. You know, white Christmas. No, was it white on Christmas? I think
It
it was
was
there.
for us. Just dusting, but it's still white.
Yeah. No, it was great, man. Had my sister was in town.
Your
Dad.
pipes didn't burst?
No, they didn't. I guess we left the drip on.
That's
I was
good.
not in charge of that though, so I did not see any ruckus the next day. So I'm assuming that our pipes are good. I got some LL Bean boots. Wearing them right now.
Oh,
Yeah, from
look at you.
the actual LL. You know, they're not
Oh,
not hating on them because I have about a million other pair of them, but not
the dupes.
the not. You know, not
No,
the like the Sperry kind, which I love the Sperry kind.
that's what I have.
They're great. They're great boot, great boot. But
Yeah, I like them.
my sister, shout out to her. Because every time I try to get on LLB, and they're like, you can't have these boots forever.
No,
If
yeah,
ever.
they're hard to find. So I feel you. I feel you.
Yes, I'm
That's
pumped
good.
about
That's a good weekend.
absolutely solid weekend for sure. Definitely rested a lot. Saw a scary movie last night, so I was freaked out about the snow thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Gotta be careful of those scary movies.
exactly.
You know what else is scary though?
What?
The weather.
It is, man.
Why don't you tell us what's happening with weather today?
Let's do it. So weather is brought to you by possibly you. And
Sure.
if you, so this whole weather thing is going to continue when we do the new Mornings on Main Street. So I'm going to continue to give you these amazing jokes. If you're ready for it,
I don't know. Get in and get out.
I'm gonna do another. Yeah, seriously.
That's what I hear.
That's what I always say. No, knock knock though.
Who's there?
Alaska.
Alaska who?
I'll ask my mom if I can go play in the snow. You could go any route with that. I feel like Alaska. That's a good one. That's a solid one.
It is in fact. It is in fact.
But anyway, yeah, there's
Yeah,
6
tell us about the weather.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Sorry, guys. High at 40, low 28, still below freezing. I love that we get the 6% chance of snow. It's different. It doesn't say rain, it says snow. 67% humidity, UV index 2 out of 10. I love it when there's snow on the ground and it's sunny. But I don't love snow. So take that however you'd like.
There you go.
What do you think?
I said I think it's going to be a good I think it's going to be a great day. It's one of those perfect days right now.
For sure, I agree.
Like you said, sunny, but also kind of cool and snowy outside, so it's kind of nice. You don't feel depressed when you look outside.
Good point. Well said, sir.
So I agree with you. Let's take a look now at our right now traffic. Is brought to you by 50 Forward, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. They're a proud partner with the All of Us Research Program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting the website. Joinallofus.org. Are you looking at the over by the multi-vehicle crash that was reported earlier, the mile marker 86 in the southbound lane of 65?
That would be the one, yes.
So it looks like that's cleared up.
It does. Not saying that I like, hope for action on these things, but I just hope to catch it, if it is out there.
So that's good. Looks like everything else is pretty clear. Not a lot of traffic in the downtown area. The downtown loop looks clear. Even merging delays are looking pretty fair, other than the 24-65 split for whatever reason.
We're on point today. I just hit that one too. 1 point.
Yeah. That looks like the only other one, because everything else is looking good. Lebanon's looking good down in Murfreesboro, all the way over to Columbia and Dixon. No issues there. Up in Clarksville, we take a look, and it looks like they're looking good as well, man. It's a good day. So if you're out there and you're driving in traffic, avoid 65 south and 24, and you're good to go.
Yeah, for real. No, that's good. That's good. Good job, everybody. I always get so impressed when there's not a lot going on.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a great show. Kim Van Atta of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office is going to join us here in just a few minutes. So stick around for that. We've got our top 3 stories coming at you right after this. So Mornings on Main Street, we'll be back on Main Street Media TV. Stick around.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
When I made the decision to host the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night, Strike and Spare is where I turned. And what a wise decision that turned out to be. They have 5 locations in our area with family attractions. They're perfect for birthdays, groups and corporate outings, and holiday parties. For more info, it's simple. Go to strikeandspare.com.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Tracks machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. It is a beautiful Tuesday, December 27th. I like that our white truck did not quite pull up as far on the Honda's bumper.
Dude, there are white cars. Oh, I didn't see that red car. I was about to say right now there's currently nothing but white cars on the road.
No, it does kind of blend in. But you remember, like, I guess it was what, Thursday or Friday, when the truck was like right up on the bumper of that Honda there.
Yeah, dude.
So
you're right.
Glad he found a way to back off a little bit. So
yeah, for real.
Anyway, you see some scooters down there. At least the scooters are upright. That's a little surprising.
That is. They never are. You're so right about that.
So, thank you to those folks, whoever did that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. We've got a little literal breaking news.
Oh, do we? That's why you put my bad.
Justin.
Okay.
As Columbia Power and Water and crews from Murray County Water Service are partnering to battle up numerous water main breaks around Murray County. With the warming temperatures, the need to drip faucets and to prevent freezing is passing, and they need water conservation. So they're finding broken water mains and water service interruptions. So they're asking you to stop dripping your sinks. No longer need to do that. And if you see a wet spot in the road, call 931-388-4833 and they'll try to get that fixed.
Oh, like a slick spot.
Yeah. Apparently the water is breaking. So.
Oh, I see. Oh, like a inner. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the water mains are breaking, and so they're kind of flooding and whatnot. So they're trying to get those fixed.
Gotcha. No bueno.
And it's hard to do that if everybody's dripping their faucets. So, like, it's kind of hard to identify where the leaks are.
Yep, literally.
There you go. All right. We go now to our first story. That is Governor Bill Lee, who has granted executive clemency to 16 people, including 2 Davidson County women, and granted expedited parole eligibility for 30 more who are currently in prison under an outdated drug-free school zone law. Executive clemency is a very serious responsibility that's unique to the role of the governor, Lee told reporters on a conference call Thursday. It's not something I take lightly. This announcement and these decisions are the results of a very deliberate and comprehensive process. All clemency grants announced Thursday were recommended by the Tennessee Board of Parole and unopposed by victims and their families. Lee granted 13 pardons, expedited parole eligibility for 2 people, and commuted 1 sentence to time served. Thursday marks the second time Lee has granted executive clemency during his 4-year term. Last December, he granted executive clemency to 17 people. Lee expedited parole eligibility for 2 Davidson County women, Tabitha White and Alicia Williams. For both cases, the Board of Parole will hold a hearing to determine whether they will be released from prison. Lee's commutation does not guarantee parole will be granted. White was convicted in April of 2001 of first-degree murder. Her one parole board member concluded the justice system erred in the overall distribution of the severity of the punishment in this case, according to White's proclamation signed Thursday. Williams was convicted of second-degree murder in 2012 at the age of 22 with no prior record. She served the majority of her sentence and has completed more than 50 training and education courses to prepare for reentry. She's developed a business plan for a youth center to serve troubled youth and ex-offenders. Lee commuted the sentence of 78-year-old William Mee of Meigs County to time served, ending his parole. Mee was convicted in 1981 of first-degree murder. He's been living on parole since 2004 and has had no violations or reprimands in nearly 30 years. He completed vocational training while in prison and is now a barber. He also granted executive pardons which are official statements of forgiveness to 13 individuals who have completed their time in prison and are no longer incarcerated. Lee also granted parole eligibility for 30 people currently incarcerated under that old version of the Tennessee Drug-Free School Zone law. Previously, that law required mandatory minimum sentences to be significantly increased if a crime was committed within 1,000 feet of a school. Many offenders' sentences were increased under that law, even when their crimes did not involve children. In 2020, state lawmakers reduced the 1,000-foot radius to 500 feet to avoid increased sentences for offenses unrelated to school campuses. Meanwhile, several hundred offenders currently incarcerated would already be eligible for parole under the new criteria, and more than 80 requested parole eligibility after the law changed. Lee said all applicants who were not granted clemency this round will be reconsidered in the future without the need to apply again. All of those granted clemency Thursday are currently incarcerated. Their board of parole will hold hearings for each of them in the future.
Nice for Bill. It's good stories there. Well said too. Well reported.
Oh, thank you. And we stay in Murray County for one more story. The Murray County Commission met last Monday, December 19th, to approve a resolution which would increase the setbacks from industrial and manufacturing uses by extending the distance from the shoreline of the Duck River where people are allowed to build. During the special called meeting held less than a week before Christmas, commissioners voted to increase the distance by 1,000 feet. Currently, there are 3 zoning categories, with each having a different type of commercial use. The M2 Heavy Industrial District and the M3 Special Industrial District permit certain industrial and manufacturing types of uses, some as by right and some as special exception, the resolution reads. There's currently some overlap between these 2 districts with regards to permitted uses. So after reviewing the districts and their current standards, the resolution states there were not sufficient safeguards against degradation of the county's waterways. Though some members stated the resolution should be sent back to the Planning Commission, most disagreed. District 11 Commissioner Gwen Evans, who's been on the Planning Commission for 16 years, said the resolution has already been discussed at length for months. And if you postpone this and send it back tonight, you're looking at 12 to 18 months before anything can be done definitively. I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen this board shoot things down with no real alternative. Gabe Howard, District 8 Commissioner, said the resolution is being presented too fast. No one in this room that's presented anything today is an environmentalist that has given any concrete information about the number. I don't know if the number is 500 or 1,000, but I do know it needs to be slowed down so we can speed up and do things the right way. I didn't read that wrong. I do know it needs to be slowed down so we can speed up and do things the right way.
Like the river.
Yeah. Anyway, the efforts to decrease the number from 1,000 feet to 500 feet, it actually did not pass. So that's
unfortunate.
No, it sounds good, I guess.
It's great.
Apparently they don't want things closer to the Duck River. I mean, you don't want to be building too close to a main waterway like that. So
I see what you're saying. Like to protect the ducks.
Yeah, they were going to do it
in the river.
they were going to build closer, but now they're not. So that's good. So all right.
This is a great picture. I like this picture. Just passerbys.
So it's actually from tn.gov. Great photo of canoers. So
that's what I'm saying.
Canoeing on the Duck is a lot of fun. If you've not done it, you should do it. I
love canoeing, and it's so much different than kayaking. And I just hope that we can stress that more than anything in this world. Don't get tricked into going to kayaking when you think you're going canoeing, because it's 2 different things.
It is 2 different things. I prefer kayaking, but I understand those who prefer canoeing.
You're an athlete then.
I can't. I mean, my arms hurt at the end of the day, but it's still fun. So anyway, we're going to take a break because Kim Van Atta of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office is joining us here in just a few moments. So stick around. Mornings on Main Street. We'll be back right after this.
Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
At WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics, we pride ourselves in providing access, innovation, and a patient experience second to none. Access to care and treatment when you need it. Innovation with medical-led cosmetics and various on-site technologies for full-service treatments with a customer experience that is calming, casual, and effective. Independently owned, providing medical, surgical, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology and more. Visit WellSkinMD.com to schedule your appointment today. WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics. Access to healthier skin.
Welcome back in Mornings on Main Street here on Main Street Media Television, as we are back after a short Christmas break, but it was a much needed and well received one. I had a lot of fun over Christmas break. Hope you guys did as well. We are going to now talk a little bit about the next holiday coming up. It's New Year's Eve, and Nashville is going to have a lot going on. Again, I mentioned earlier the Music City Bowl at 11 a.m. That's going to lead right into some downtown activities, and of course, the big New Year's Eve concert downtown at the Bicentennial Mall. You're going to want to check all of that out with the fireworks and everything else going on. But with all of the exciting events happening, the need to be safe is very, very real. And joining us today is Kim Banana of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office to tell us a little bit more about how you can be safe this holiday season. Kim, welcome back. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
All right. So tell us a little bit about, some of the things that folks can do to be a little safer this holiday season coming up on New Year's Eve.
Well, first of all, we did have a white Christmas.
We did.
A very long
How about
time.
that?
But there is a little bit of ice still on the roads. So that's even more of a reason to be safe when you're driving. And like you said, there are many, many things going on, and it's great. We're celebrating a new year. The pandemic is over. So we're out and about just like we want to be. But we need to be out and about safely. The first thing I would like to mention is something people do forget about, and that is when you are driving or riding in a vehicle, you need to buckle up every trip, every time. That's very important and can save your life. Also, since you mentioned New Year's is definitely a holiday where people like to celebrate with a little drinking, but we want to make sure we're not combining that drinking with that driving. It's very important. And you can, the main thing you need to do with this is to have a plan before you even go out. You designate a sober driver, and you ensure that that driver remains sober throughout the entire night. If not, you have the option of a ride share or a taxi, or we will have law enforcement will be out. They will be happy to arrange for rides home. Anything except for getting behind the wheel of a car. So it's very important. We want you to have fun. We want you to celebrate. We're not for prohibition, just responsible drinking. So if you are going to drink, and there are so many events going on downtown and around Nashville, that it's going to be very busy, and we just want everybody to be prepared for that.
Right. I mean, it's so easy, and there will be plenty of rideshare opportunities out there, but there are also going to be, again, like you said, a lot of Tennessee Highway Safety Patrol officers out there. We just saw on the website the Booze It or Lose It campaign is out, and December 16th through January 1st has been a major initiative by THP. So we will probably see a lot more troopers out on the highways this weekend, I would assume.
Oh, absolutely. But they are going to be out on the highways to keep you safe. It's not
Sure.
that they're searching for people to get them or anything. We're
Right.
trying to keep people safe, trying to keep them off the roads. And it's not a matter of just you hurting yourself when you're driving. You could hurt someone else. And so it's a big citizenship that we need to talk about. We also have some pedestrian issues, and we have pedestrians that are walking impaired. So now you have impaired walking, and our pedestrian fatalities are up in Tennessee. So you have the impaired pedestrian, and then you have the impaired driver, and that battle is going to go to the driver every time. Pedestrian loses every time in the battle, motorist versus person. So we have the pedestrian issues, we have the impaired driving issues, and again, I will say that if you are hosting a party, you probably do need to have some non-alcohol options available. And then if you are a responsible host, do not let your guests leave without a sober driver.
Yeah, that the pedestrian part is something you specialize in, Kim, and it is kind of important for us to note, especially considering how many folks will be on foot downtown over the weekend. There's going to be a lot of folks who are going to be walking to and from the concerts, to and from the football stadium, to and from downtown Broadway. You've got to be extra vigilant this weekend.
That's right. And it's a communication between the motorist and the pedestrian. I talked about walking impaired, but also distracted walking. People are crossing the crosswalks and they're on their phones. The motorists possibly on their phones as well. And then you have you can turn right on red at a signal, but the pedestrian has the right to walk. So if you're not paying attention, and tourism in Nashville is huge, so there will be people all over the place. So it's even more important to pay attention. I will also mention that scooters are considered pedestrians. So there's another thing you can add into that. That's one more danger.
You've got those scooters. You've got the bicycles that have just been put out around town as well. So there's a lot to pay attention to this weekend, and it is going to be it's going to be a huge event, because one of the best things, Kim, is that the weather's going to be great. So
thank goodness.
It does appear that we're going to get great weather, which means that it could be an even larger event. So we have to be extra careful and extra vigilant as we are both driving and walking. So if you're the pedestrian, you have to pay attention too.
That's right. As a pedestrian, you definitely need to pay attention, because you're not wearing armor. We have yard signs that say pedestrians don't wear armor. So you don't have any protection at all. But we want this to be a great holiday. We want everybody to celebrate great memories, and not memories of someone getting hurt or killed during this time. So we're not trying to put a damper on the fun. We just want it to be safe fun.
Absolutely. Well, Kim, is there anything else that you need to tell us about going on this weekend or coming up in 2023?
Right now, all we want to do is get through the January 1st safely. That's the goal right now. We're not going to go too far ahead. Like you said, the Booze It and Lose It campaign is going on right now. So we just want everybody to focus on the great activities going on in Nashville this weekend and have fun, but be safe.
And as you can see there on your screen, it's not a huge drop, but there has been a drop so far in fatality reports from the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security. So listen, let's keep that number going down every year as much as we possibly can. And Kim, thank you so much for taking time with us today. And every time that we get a chance to talk to you, it's so exciting. And I saw you on TV with Murphy Fair at the Blue Cross Bowl. How was that? Was that fun?
That is great. And that's another demographic that we love, because those are students that are not only beginning drivers, but we have to make sure they start out correctly. So that's what we want to do. We want to reach the student athletes, and we want to reach the parents. So we're going at it from all angles. Everybody that we can reach, we want to reach. And I really appreciate you having me on. This gives me another opportunity to talk about the safety.
And we appreciate it, Kim. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, that's Kim Banana of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Stephanie Miller of This Week in Clarksville. She has a great interview for us, and we've got National Calendar Day. All of that coming your way right here on Mornings on Main Street. Stick around.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I am with Mary and Gary Linfoot now from the American Mobility Project. First off, thank you guys for giving me your time.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And you know, we've been talking to the recipients of Best of Clarksville, those individuals who would be receiving the money from Best of Clarksville, because so many of you did show out for that. And American Mobility Project is one of those recipients. First off, for those who may not be familiar with your mission and what you do, can you explain that to us?
Yeah, sure. So we provide mobility equipment, adaptations, and resources to enable independent living for those with disabilities. Mm-hmm. And we do that in a range of things. It could be anything from mobility equipment such as wheelchairs, adaptations to, slight adaptations to a house or a vehicle, mm-hmm. or just sometimes it's just connecting the dots and helping people connect to another source that is going to benefit them and their families.
And what you're seeing here now, you're getting a look at some recipients of the chairs and the chair itself and what it does for these individuals who need it is just, to me, outstanding. It's so beautiful because you're making it possible for them to maneuver around.
Sure.
What do you hear from them when they receive these chairs?
A lot of times I think it's just people, they're so thankful and grateful just to have that added mobility and have some of the freedom back that they thought was possibly gone forever. There's a lot of things that we take for granted in everyday life, just going about doing our daily business. But when you find yourself in a chair, a lot of times some of those simple things can be the most difficult. A 6-inch curb can keep a person from gaining access to a business. And so, society can't really eliminate every barrier to somebody in a wheelchair, but with the proper equipment, we can certainly make things a lot easier for people.
Because this particular chair, I mean, they can hike, go skiing, do just a number of things. Am I correct?
Yeah, sure. It's like, I always tell Mary says the same thing. It's like having a different pair of shoes for different events. You got a pair of your work boots, you got running shoes, you got your go-out shoes. And the same thing with mobility equipment and wheelchairs. One chair that we have does quite a few things. It goes off-road, it goes up and down stairs, and it will raise the user up to about a 6-foot level. So that accomplishes quite a few things. And then we have other chairs that, people who like to hunt, we can get them into a track chair and get them out into the deep woods easily. And then there are quite a few kids who have needed an adaptive cycle to go out and take a bicycle ride with their friends, or I guess would be calling it an adaptive stroller, that they can go out in the woods, go stomping around in the mud or going skiing with their parents to a point. I mean, not fully, alpine slopes or anything like that, but you know what I mean, get out in the snow. So
that is so cool. And you guys have been doing this only since 2020.
That's correct.
We have been doing it since 2020, and we are so pleased with the support we've gotten from the community and across the country, and it's really helped us to reach a lot of people and give people back their independence.
You talk about that independence. 27 people now have more independence thanks to your mission and what you do. And this is going to help us segue into what your money, by you going out to Best of Clarksville, by you voting for your favorite businesses and buying those tickets, the vendors that were out there that set up their tables. Your money is going to help make it possible for you guys to help even more people. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is the goal.
Yes,
Exactly.
we're always identifying needs, especially in our community. And if you know somebody with a disability that needs some equipment or something, we want to know about it, because we are anxious to help people in our community. And we're so thankful for the Best of Clarksville for helping us do that. And it was a really fun event too. So not only is it doing good things, it's a lot of fun as well.
Well, how exactly will the money be used?
So it kind of depends on what the needs are. A person will approach us with the need, and they'll fill out an application, and we ask them to be as specific as possible, because they know best what their needs are. We don't want to get someone a piece of equipment that they have very little need for, that just sits there unused. So we try to make sure that we get them what they need. So we'll leave that up to them and kind of describe to us, or give us the equipment model number of exactly what they need, and then we go from there. So it could be used for a chair, could be used for a track chair, or maybe any number of items that people could use just to increase that independence.
How can people learn more about your story and how this got started and where you guys continue to go? Where can they go and get that information?
You can go to go-amp.org, or you can also go to AmericanMobilityProject.org, and that's both those links go to our website, and it tells the full story and has plenty of pictures of all our recipients and the types of equipment that we've been able to issue out.
Yeah, and you can also reach us on Facebook. So there's a lot of ways we're out there. You'll find us.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad.
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
You think it was worth it?
No more questions.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Oh, welcome back in. You see UPS out here delivering. Yeah.
Unlike our not boys, but our people over at Southwest, just heard of a flight cancellation of somebody I know, and they apparently have canceled a lot of flights. You heard about that?
Yeah, it's a thing. Don't mention that today at 2:00. Just don't. Apparently both of Mo's kids had their flights canceled.
Oh.
And yeah.
I won't then.
So he's been on a warpath this
I
weekend.
don't blame him, man.
And he said, I understand getting the flights canceled, but the customer service aspect apparently was not
Right.
great.
It's non-existent. It doesn't.
So they have been struggling. I think they actually Southwest canceled every flight they have, and then they're rebooking 1,500, which is about like a third of the flights that they would normally have across the country.
Goodness gracious.
Like, it's not just the weather. Like, people just aren't showing up.
That's what I heard. And so
Like,
I
crews just aren't coming.
Yeah, like exactly. Like pilots just aren't piloting.
How do you just not show up for your job?
All right. And like how big of a how noticeable is it with that job? It's one of those things where like I used to have to take, well, not have to, but I took Greyhound buses a lot.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah. And so
To
sometimes
Atlanta.
they would just be like,
No buses today. Yeah.
So it's very similar to what's happening right now.
And you're trying to get to work on Monday morning, and like that's not happening.
No one thought of nobody bringing the plane,
Did
Thought the plane would just
anybody
be
bring
there.
the plane? Oh man, that's terrible. But yeah, Southwest is struggling right now. They are struggling.
Right. Yeah. And that's customer service thing is real.
I mean, you go through Instagram, like all of my Instagram stories are like people who are getting
The uprising.
well, they're most of them are like flight canceled, driving 8 hours back to Nashville, or
Yeah. A lot of people are driving. You're right.
two or
those
three,
roadways.
both of my flights got canceled, and so I had to book with American, and I'll be back, but I have to stay another day, and like
Exactly.
it's just crazy. But
Wild.
anyway.
Really, really showed you how much business Southwest got and how
Yeah.
much they potentially are going to lose.
Yeah, this might be bad. This might be bad. Hey, before we get out of here, I want to take a look at today's calendar because it is the worst day ever.
Let's do it.
December 27th on the National Day calendar. Your tree may be losing its needles, but one holiday item is still holding on to its cheer.
No.
The fruitcake. That's because they are built to last. In the early 1700s, these dense cakes were baked during harvest time and loaded with nuts and fruits. They were then saved until the following year to ensure the next season's bounty. Perhaps your fruitcake has become a holiday joke that gets tossed or regifted. Don't forget that National Fruitcake Toss Day is just around the corner. On this day, fruitcakes are launched in creative ways and last year's cake became this year's ammunition. On National Fruitcake Day, celebrate your own favorite tradition, even if you're labeled nutty as a fruitcake. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day Calendar. See you again tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
Are you nutty as a fruitcake?
I don't know, man. That was. I love how you said it was the worst day ever. It is, man. I actually I've never had a real fruitcake ever.
Okay. First, let me tell you, they're not that bad.
You know what? Some of them don't look that bad, and I don't want to say that because I'm labeled as a freak. No, I'm not.
I mean, they've just been. They're the Nickelback of cakes.
They are. No one. There was no like given hour or day where you're like, let's start hating this thing right here.
Who said it was cool? It just became cool to hate fruitcakes, even though they're not that bad.
Right. And Nickelback, man, give Nickelback a break.
We need to give Nickelback a break. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Me
Nickelback,
too.
Creep. Give me all of the weird grunge rock from the 2000s.
Yeah, dude. 3 Days Grace.
I saw a video of Chad Kroeger the other day. He was like, I should have just sang it in a twang and I would have been a country superstar.
He really would have.
I'm through standing in lines to clubs I'll never get in.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was like, that's genius.
How is he not? He should be a super billionaire.
I mean, I think people are still listening to him. I mean, go look at their Spotify numbers. They're like millions of streams. Like, people are still listening.
With that.
Chad Kroeger's not the only one listening to these things.
Exactly. Exactly. Rockstar is a freaking classic. Fight me.
Yeah, no doubt. And Mornings on Main Street is a classic. We will be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And Friday, Jim Bartu will join us.
From the zoo?
Yeah, Jim Bartu from the zoo will join us for his final visit of the year ahead of Zoolumination ending next month. So that should be fun. We'll talk to him. And yeah, we got a lot of great stuff coming your way. In about 2 weeks, we will launch the new iteration of Mornings on Main Street. And I'm so excited to get started on that with Stephanie Miller each and every day. And I will miss you guys, but we got 2 weeks to like make this thing fun. So let's go out with a bang, JK.
There you go. Like go yard, as they say in bowling. No,
it's baseball. That's right, something like that. But appreciate you guys being out here with us, and we will be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, with more news, sports, and local flavor coming your way on Mornings on Main Street. It's Main Street Media TV. I'm Chris Yao. Y'all have a great one.
See y'all.